Hello my friends, I'm Sarah. Welcome to Grace in My Space. Today I have a really fun, hopefully informative video for you talking all about the pros and cons of quartz versus granite. Now, if you are new to my channel, you might have missed that this kitchen has been a 5-year in the making process, and only recently have we installed the granite on the kitchen island. However, I have had granite in previous homes, and so I have a lot of experience with granite, have done a ton of research on both options for kitchen countertops, and want to dive into my humble opinion on what works best, what's most durable, what's most timeless. That one's really important to me. And maybe if you're in the process of choosing a kitchen countertop, it'll help you decide between the two. So let's dive right into a quick tour of my kitchen. Now this year we did extend the island. If you missed my kitchen design loves and regrets video, I will pop it up here. I walk you through all of the customizations that we did in our kitchen. One of the regrets was our previous island. So I will pop you up if you'd like to go visit and check out what the island looked like before. But we did extend it to be 10 feet long just this year, and that caused us to need a new countertop. And we chose this beautiful silver gray honed granite. It looks a lot like soapstone, which is what I was really hoping for because I love the look of soapstone, but I'm not a huge fan of how soft soapstone is because it can dent and scratch easily and shows a little bit more wear and tear. Now let's talk about some pros of quartz. It is extremely durable. It's scratch and chip resistant, non-porous, and highly resistant to stains, which is what I love about it the most. There are a ton of varieties to choose from, and you can choose it to be uniform in design, or you can choose veining like I have in my countertop, which makes it look a bit more like a natural stone. Now, one of my favorite things about quartz is that it is non-porous, does not collect bacteria like other stones can, and so I have no qualms about using it for cooking, for prep surface, and I'm not scared that I'm going to be scratching it when using tools as well. Now, one of the negatives of quartz is that it's not as resistant to heat as porcelain or granite, but it is still highly resistant to heat. But I mean, you know, you just use a hot pad. So I don't think that's a hard problem to solve. If I had the most durable countertops on the face of the planet, I would still use a hot pad. No one wants to risk that. Another thing that can be a challenge is just finding quartz that is in your budget, which is also going to be a challenge for you in granite. These types of stone countertops have just skyrocketed in price, so while you can still find more affordable options, it is more limited in style and color choices. And then quartz is actually a manufactured stone, so it is man-made. It can mimic natural stones, especially if you do veining, but it is man-made and it's not suitable for the outdoors, so check it off the list for your outdoor kitchen. Now, a lot of people think that granite is not as durable as quartz, but in actuality, granite is a natural stone. It is a rock. It is durable. There's not a lot that's going to harm your granite. The one thing that you do need to do, that you don't have to do on quartz, is seal it. And so many people are really intimidated by the sound of having to seal your counters. So I just want to show you how very simple it is. This is literally all you do. It's very much a wax on, wax off method. You lightly rub it in with a clean cloth. You let it sit for about a minute. And then you come back and you polish with another one. And then you let it cure for an hour, and that is it. Now, most people say to do this every 6 months. I like to do it once a month. I think it gives a really nice little sheen to the countertop, and I don't think you can overprotect as long as the sealer that you choose says that it's okay to do that. Ta-da! Now let's hop over to Granite Pros. It's extremely durable and chip resistant. It is a natural stone, so you get all this beautiful movement and veining, and no two pieces are identical, which is wonderful. It's extremely heat and stain resistant, and it can be on the more affordable side of natural stone countertops. Now, I just love how unique each slab is. It's so beautiful. You can tell that it is natural, it's not man-made. There are a lot of different types of granite that is available, and there's a lot of different colors and varieties, all the way from more subtle like mine to extremely busy and patterned. It is a natural stone, so as long as you care for it properly, it can last a lifetime. Granite can also be used outdoors if you would like to, and the sealing process is very simple. Now let's talk about sealing for a second. A lot of times people wonder, do I need to seal my quartz? No, quartz is not a porous stone, so even if you put a sealer on top, it will not absorb into it, which will basically just cause problems because then you'll have a thin film of the sealer that you've applied sitting on top of your countertop rather than being soaked in and protecting it. So you do not need to seal quartz. Granite, on the other hand, does have a porous nature. Natural stone needs to be sealed. It will usually come sealed from whatever distributor you are purchasing from, but make sure and ask the question if it was sealed in the process of fabrication. Now, I personally don't think there are a lot of cons to granite other than the regular maintenance, which you've seen now is very easy to do. But there are a couple of cons. Number one, if it does get damaged, it's hard to repair. It's a natural stone. It's not like they can just bring in this specific piece of veining that you need to cover cracks or chips. So obviously you just need to take care of it. Another con, which I actually think is a pro but can be viewed as a con, is that each slab is completely unique. So I love that because that means that no one else has this exact slab in their home. But at the same time, if you're looking at my countertop and you say, that's the one I want in my home, you can't have it. Sorry. While I can give you the name of this granite and it is available in more than one place, no two are exactly alike, so you'll have to go into your local distributor, see if they have this type of granite, and then pick a slab that will fit your size kitchen needs as well as your preference of veining and coloring. It also means that if you find one that you love, you better reserve it when you see it. There's not a whole lot of time for indecisiveness. When we were redoing our kitchen, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted. I did fall in love with a slab of this type of granite, but I didn't reserve it. And 2 weeks later, I went to do so and that one was gone. And so this is a second choice, just as beautiful, just as unique, but still not what I wanted the first time around. Now let's chat about price. Kitchen remodels are expensive in general, and stone countertops are also very expensive. Let's talk about granite pricing. Depending on the style that you choose, obviously your location plays into it, the availability. It can range anywhere from $80 to $180 a square foot. Quartz can range from about $50 to $200 a square foot. Again, just depending on your area. So while those are huge ranges, they're also really comparable. $50, $80, $200, $180, and that has a lot of fluctuation as well. There is no guarantee when it comes to the pricing of any kind of building material these days. Your best bet is to go into your local distributor or stone yard, bring your kitchen dimensions, have them work up a quote for you based on a few different slabs that you see, whether it's granite or quartz or porcelain or marble or soapstone, whatever it is. You might be surprised at how affordable these two stones can be in comparison with lots of others. Other things that play into it is if you're going to have them installed, if you're going to have different detailing on the edges, because you do get to choose these profiles. You get to choose how you round your corners. You get to choose if you have any beveled edges. And there's a lot of different details that go into manufacturing quartz or granite for your home. I hope that that little overview was helpful for you if you are trying to decide between the two. Now, in my opinion, you cannot go wrong with either option. Both are very durable, both are very family friendly, both are very easy to maintain. The areas where you might want to put a little bit more consideration into is the actual design choices you're making. Do you want it to have a lot of veining and movement, or do you want it to be more solid? Do you want it to have a more trendy color, or do you want to stick with really classic things like black and white? Do you want to have honed, which is more of a matte finish, or do you want to polish it up so it's got a high gloss on it? What kind of edging do you want to do? All of these different things will play into how timeless your countertops feel and the style that they bring to your kitchen. And so those are the areas where I would say spend a little bit more time working with the designer at your manufacturer or at your stone yard and just kind of looking at all the options for those final design choices that seem like no-brainers, but are actually going to play into the longevity of how your kitchen feels based on your countertop choices. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope that you gained some knowledge and information if you are doing your own kitchen renovation. Now, I have a ton of information on my blog about countertops specifically. I have a lot of quartz countertops that are marble lookalikes. I have a lot of granites that are soapstone lookalikes. I have all kinds of details on how to maintain quartz. I have all kinds of information on cleaning countertops, all on the blog, which I will link for you in the description, and you can go browse for whatever meets your needs. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, and I will see you next week.